Allison to Juventus. It can still happen because Arne got sacked by Liverpool, and Arne was the one that was holding Allison to stay with Liverpool. And now, probably the coach will be Areola from Bournemouth. Areola, I don't know if he will keep Allison or not, but there is a chance that Allison can come to Juventus and the deal could be overturned and Allison could come to Juventus and even Brahim Diaz, entourage, so the team of Brahim Diaz has opened up for Juventus so he could come to Juventus. So ciao Juventini, how are you doing? Today we got a lot of news, a lot of news. And it's very big news. So let's begin with the Allison news. So, Allison news. Juventus could overturn Allison because, as I said, Allison is wanting. He wants to come to Juventus. But he will not push because Liverpool is a club that he likes, and it would not make a difference if he stays with Liverpool or leaves Liverpool. But he wants to come to Juventus, and Juventus is pushing to get Allison to come to Juventus, and because it is the priority of Juventus, and we need to get the priorities because we already lost the priority that was Bernardo Silva. So it is hard, but if Areola tells him, okay, I'll put Mardashvili and the first goalkeeper and Allison, you can leave and go to Juventus, that could be good for Juventus because he's an experienced goalkeeper and that is a goalkeeper that Juventus want. So, and there is a chance that, but we don't care, that Arne could go to Milan. But we don't care. So look out for that deal because Allison could come to Juventus because it can overturn because now Areola could become the new manager of Liverpool. And Brahim Diaz, let's talk about Brahim Diaz entourage has open talks about Juventus. And it could only be a dry loan, unfortunately, because Real Madrid don't want him to go to another club, and it will only be a dry loan, and he will probably, if he comes, it will probably be a 1 year dry loan. So I would take him. He would get the experience with Juventus that he needs, but I would try, maybe, I don't know, I would try to come up with a deal. Maybe we give you a Bremer, a Cambiaso, and you give us a Brahim Diaz and a Gonzalo Garcia. I'm just thinking what could happen. These are things that could happen, and if Juventus is smart, we could get Brahim Diaz, we could get a Gonzalo Garcia for these. We'll do a swap deal because these players are good and can develop and are young and are good and have experience in the Champions League with the best club in the world. And if they come to Juventus, they will not have pressure because the pressure is too high with Real Madrid. So they will not have pressure and it will not happen like Miretti. So let's see in the future. And even Spalletti is asking for 6 to 7 players in summer. But will that be enough? Everybody? You answered it in the comment section down below. Will that be enough? I think not. And let me tell you why. Because if we need to do a team renewal, like a new team, we renewed almost everybody in the team, so nobody can go. He can go, but it will not be worth it for clubs that are wanting those players. So it will not be worth it. And 6-7 players, can we get good quality? 6 to 7 players with the Europa League, and 6-7 players is not enough for Juventus. Let me tell you why. Because we need Allison. Perrin will stay in second keeper. If Bremer leaves, we need center back. That will probably be I don't know, but the most center back that is with Juventus linked, it is Kim and Jay. A left back. All the three left backs of Juventus are going. Cabal, Kostic, and Cambiaso. So that's already 4. 1 goalkeeper, 1 center back, 2 left backs. And then we need a backup of Kalulu because Holm is going, so 5. And then if Thuram is going, if Douglas Luiz is coming to Juventus back, if Koop Meiners is going, if Meretti is going, we need to get at least 2 midfielders more. So that is 6 or 7 already. Brahim Diaz, because we need a CAM, because Spalletti is gonna reinforce or enforce a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 next season. So we need Brahim Diaz. We need, if Zagrova leaves, another right wing. So we need, if Dusan Vlahovic and David leaves, 3 strikers. So we need more players. Will we be able to do that? I don't know. If we are able to do that, but not with qualitative players, so I don't know. So is that enough? Probably not. 6 of them. We need at least 10. We need at least 10 to compete for the Scudetto and maybe to compete and to go for the semi-finals, quarter-finals of the Champions League. So we need at least 10. So that will not be enough. And Juventus, they should do this before anything, before transfer market. You should do it every transfer market. That Juventus will not go advance with a player that is not convinced to be with Juve. For example, Esenesi, the main example of the season, and even Bernardo Silva. These players wanted Champions League, these players wanted money, these players wanted everything. If you don't want to come to play for this team, just go. We want players to play with the grinta, to play. Like a Gatti, but Gatti has only grinta. He doesn't have the technicalities, but he has the grinta, and that what makes him a player, a Juventino. So imagine a good player with Gatti's grinta. He would be amazing, everyone. He would be amazing. And this is the bad news of today. Spalletti only wants players, or let's say that worked with him, that already worked with him. So a Pellegrini, a Juan Jesus that is linked today. Hopefully, this is not real. Hopefully there was a reporter that was saying, oh, if Minjay, they already work with each other. If Allison, they already work with each other. If Salah, because he's linked to Juventus, they already play with each other. Or maybe he wants players that already work with him. So I don't know. But hopefully not, because Juan Jesus is 34. He's finished. Pellegrini, he's not the one to change a thing. So for me, we don't get these players. And Dusan Vlahovic's contract is highly likely for him to not extend. So as I was telling you, 6-7 is not enough, because Dusan is probably leaving, David is probably leaving. David will probably be the second striker of Juventus, so watch out for that. If Dusan Vlahovic, what Dusan Vlahovic will do, David will... It's a domino effect of the strikers. So Dusan is good. It's good because Dusan is not a good player. He's a good player when he is good. If you know what I mean. He's a good player when the fans like him, when he's scoring goals, when the momentum is with him, he plays good. But then when he's not consistent, he's the worst striker in this area. But then when he's consistent, he's the best striker in this area. So I don't know. For me, we don't extend with him. We get the Gonzalo Garcia. We get the Colomoni, because these players want to play for Juventus, everybody. So if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, have the video, share it to your Juventini friends and football fans. And yeah, guys, watch my next video. Peace.